The rules for the deductibility of personal interest can be a bit tricky, and confusion has recently risen concerning the proper classification of lender fees for tax purposes. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law joins us now with some guidance. Good to have you with us again, Roger. Let's start with personal interest and the exception for mortgage interest. What all do we need to know?
Good to be with you, Tammy. I think there's 6 things that are important for farmers and ranchers and others to know when it comes to deducting personal interest. And the first one is that personal interest is not deductible unless the debt is secured by a mortgage on the principal residence, which is then referred to as qualified residence interest. And the qualified interest paid on a loan that is secured by the taxpayer's main home and one other residence counts up to the first $750,000 in mortgage debt. Secondly, if you do have that other residence, and you rent it out, you or someone in your family has to use that second home for more than the greater of 2 weeks or 10% of the number of days that it's rented for fair rent value to persons other than the family members. Third, if you have an office in the home, and many farmers do, and you claim a deduction for the office, then you have to carve out the business office and allocate the mortgage interest. Fourth, the mortgage interest is not deductible unless you itemize and file a Schedule A. And then fifth, if you've got home equity debt, the interest on that is deductible if the debt is used to buy, build, or substantially improve your personal residence that secures the loan. And then I throw a sixth one in because starting today, the Biden administration has a new rule in place that says if you have a good credit score, you'll be paying more for that mortgage, about an extra $40 a month for a $400,000 mortgage that you take out from today going forward. And that means more interest.
Definitely so. So what do farmers need to keep in mind if such a situation arises? What's the biggest takeaway here?
Well, the big takeaway, and you mentioned it in your open, is the controversy over deductibility of lender fees. Are lender fees interest? And I've seen some commentary out there that, well, you can always deduct lender fees, and that's not correct. You're going to have to separate this out and look at this and analyze it on each individual level to see what that interest or what that lender fee is. Is it an upfront fee? Then it's likely deductible. If it's an arrangement fee, it's not. Commitment fees, we don't really know. So the issue gets kind of dicey, and I think that's what farmers have to keep in mind. Lenders are in the business of lending money. You need to talk to tax specialists to get these nuances figured out.
Definitely so. A lot to keep up with there. That's Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law. We always appreciate you and your input.